Welcome to week 2 of my 4-week journey trying to get rid of this camera voice. Over the last week, I've tried so many different things, but here are the top 5 things that have helped me, in my opinion, to try and get rid of my camera voice. The very first thing, ditch the script. Ditching the script is so freeing. I can't emphasize that enough. Even if you've written your own script, there's so much pressure to get every word right. And as soon as you mess something up, your whole train of thought is lost. So instead of writing a script, if you need something, some sort of anchor reference point, write bullet points. The less, the better. Tip number 2, warm up without the camera. Warming up off camera is something that I haven't heard or learnt from anybody else. It's just something I've taken from my own training, doing running or going to the gym. If you warm up just for 5 minutes beforehand, that entire session feels completely different. When you are doing something uncomfortable, like putting yourself in front of your camera, it can be a little awkward and feel really ingenuine. So just turn to a wall or turn to a friend. A mirror is perfect, but just practice what you're going to say, the language you're going to use, the body language, so that you're a little bit less nervous when you turn the camera on. Tip number 3, treat this like a FaceTime, not an interview. Sitting in front of a camera is so uncomfortable when you start doing it. You can almost default into feeling like you're in an interview on this high stakes situation, right? If you put a person and associate a person to your phone, just like if you were calling a friend or a family member on FaceTime, you're far more likely to use words that are natural in your language, and your whole body language just relaxes a little bit. You'll notice it in your tone, your cadence, and your ability to look into the lens, which before seemed so daunting. A good tip here is to actually FaceTime your friends and family to talk about the things you want to talk about. If you're recording videos on things that you're genuinely passionate about, people that care for you want to hear these things. And it's also a great way to test out your language, test what resonates with them, and that might land better with your audience as well. Tip number 4, be cautious of tangents. This is actually something that I've learned through just YouTubing how to edit my video. Editing is more about what you don't include and how focused you can keep the content to maximize engagement from the audience. That point of the video editing skill is more about what you exclude from the video than what you include. Really resonated with me around this whole journey of sounding natural in front of the camera. When you go on a tangent, when you go off on these wild goose chase stories, you are clutching at straws. You're trying to bring yourself back to the point, but you're so far from your original train of thinking that you sound unnatural. If you're able to bring that back and stay really tight to the point you're speaking about, you're far more likely to sound natural in front of the lens. Tip number 5, educate, not entertain. This is something a bit more specific to me than maybe some of you out there, but I found that being in a room where you are the focal point in front of a camera, you have this sort of pressure to entertain, right? You want to, like I'm doing now, use big body language, take up the space to command the attention of the audience, when in reality, if you are educating rather than entertaining, you're far more likely to use, again, natural language. That's because as humans, our nature is to try and help and better other people. Being genuine and authentic is the main part of the game. It's a practice, something that you need to do day in, day out, and it is really uncomfortable. It's really awkward. But the more you do it, the easier it becomes, especially if you take these 5 tips and apply it into your next recording. I'd love to hear if it makes any difference or if there's any other tips that you would have included in this. Thank you so much for coming back for another week of content. I really appreciate your time. If you could do me a massive favor and check out my socials, I do post little clips and edits from these videos. I'll try and include a little bit more support and help on my pages as well. I look forward to seeing you next week and getting closer to rounding out this 4-week journey of trying to get rid of my camera voice. Hopefully I sound a bit more natural this week. Please leave your thoughts in the comments and I'll see you soon.